Not gonna like it one bit.
Well, that's why we're here, to deliver the good news in person.
Come on, when we tell him that the DVX not only infiltrated WSB headquarters, but blew up all of his notes, he's not gonna trust us.
Well, he has to now, more than ever. The guy could be in very real danger. Look, work all this, will you?
Oh, well, I guess the professor's already working.
Professor! He's dead.
Yes?
Excuse me, is this Dr. Gerald's office?
Who is this?
Oh, I'm sorry, I must have the wrong number. I was trying to reach a Dr. Hector Gerald.
I'm afraid he's unable to come to the phone right now. May I ask who's calling?
This is Celia Quartermain Putnam. I just wanted to say hello, but if he's busy, you don't have to bother him. I'll just try to reach him some other time.
Oh, that'll be fine, Mrs. Putnam.
Thanks.
Celia Putnam.
What did she want?
Yeah, she called to say hello. She said she'd try him later.
Well, she's out of luck, isn't she?
Yeah, well, she's not the only one. I take it you didn't find anything?
No. Microfilm certainly isn't in his belt.
What about the new disc he was working on?
Well, it could be around here somewhere. Give us a hand and let's turn the place upside down.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't count on it.
I got here as quickly as I could.
All right, Sergeant, listen to me. We have a problem here and a major one. I want you to conduct your investigation as you would do ordinarily. But be on the lookout for a strip of microfilm. I want you to go through this place with a fine-tooth comb, but find it.
Well, if it's here, sir, we'll come up with it.
The disc he was working on is gone, and I'll lay you money, so's the microfilm.
I'd love to take your money, but I think you could be right.
What do you figure, Commissioner?
This place is like a vault. Nobody could get in here. I think we write this one off to suicide.
Suicide? No, I just don't buy it.
All right. How about this? Gerald sold out to the DVX. Gave them his half of the microfilm and the disc he was working on. Felt bad about it and killed himself.
No, it doesn't fit.
I agree, it won't work. No, I'm open to suggestions.
Honey, if I had one, I'd give it to you. But I'll tell you one thing. The Hector Gerald I knew was not a man on the verge of committing suicide.
I agree. But somebody desperately wants us to think that.
Yeah, apparently.
What do you think I am, some ambulance chaser? I am a representative of the press. I heard about Dr. Gerald's death from one of the news reporters at headquarters. I am entitled to a statement, and one way or another, I'm going to get it.
It's just what I need.
Well, you better tell her something, or we're going to be stuck with her all day.
Don't I know it? All right, what do you think?
All right, what do we have?
Suicide.
He didn't kill himself. That's what I tell the press.
I'm about to. However, I won't say anything about the missing disc or the microfilm.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Let the paper try to figure out why he killed himself, not what was stolen in the process.
And I will deal with Lois Lane. You call Ballantyne on the phone and tell him what happened.
Right.
I want to speak to him when you're finished.
Why? I can fill him in.
Not with everything you can't. There's something I have to tell the both of you.
Come on, guys, what do you think this is, Poland? I have a right to know what's going on, and so do the people of Port
Okay,
Charles.
come on, let her in, otherwise we're going to be here till Christmas.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Right, you want a statement? Start writing. Professor Hector Gerald is dead. Circumstances at this point are unknown, but preliminary investigation would suggest suicide.
No kidding.
That's it.
You call that a statement?
It'll have to do for now.
Was there a note?
Not as far as we know.
Then what makes you think it was a suicide?
I can't say it this time.
Come on, Commissioner, you're backpedaling. What are you afraid of?
Jumping the gun.
Who are you covering for?
Myself. I confess, I did it. Your crack reporting has done it again.
Something's going on, Scorpio, and I'm gonna find out.
And so am I. Now, if you'll just let me get on with it.
Does this have anything to do with the disc?
Why should it?
You tell me.
It's common knowledge that work on the Prometheus project was completed some time ago.
So then why would he kill himself?
He was under tremendous pressure and heavily overworked.
Why? If he'd finished the project, he should have been coasting right along.
Well, we just don't know that at this point in time.
Come on, Scorpio.
Come on, look, I'm sorry. No more questions. Please, guys.
Valentine. Yeah. No. Dr. Gerald's dead. Yes, sir. No, he wants to talk to you, too. Just a minute. Valentine.
Hi. She's filled you in? Actually, there is one small detail that Connie didn't mention because she didn't know about it. Some time ago, I cut the microfilm in half. Dr. Gerald kept one strip and I held onto the other, just to be on the safe side. As it turned out, it wasn't a bad idea.
Why didn't you tell me?
What? Yes, Gerald's half is missing, along with the new disc he was working on. But I still have mine. I had it reduced to a microdot. Oh, yeah. It's in a safe place, all right. Yeah, I understand. Talk to you soon.
Nice move. You knew this was going to happen, didn't you?
Never put all your eggs in one basket.
Microdot, huh? You can stash that almost anywhere.
That's right.
You know, I'm not asking you anything. No, why didn't you tell me?
I thought about it, but I decided that it might have been safer to play it out like this.
Valentine on his way here?
Yes, he wants to pick up the microdot personally.
Sounds like it'd be safer with you than the WSB these days.
Well, I thought about that too, but he wasn't in the mood to discuss it, and besides, I don't really want responsibility for it anymore.
Well, it does seem like it's attracting a lot of attention these days. Valentine seemed awfully upset.
He has a right to be. Let's look at what we've got. One DVX mole infiltrates the WSB, blows up their repository, and up goes our microfilm with it. Number two, Gerald gets done in, probably by another one. Takes his microfilm and the disc as well. I mean, let's face it hasn't been a great week for the WSB.
So, DVX has half? We got half.
It's a standoff. One can't move without the other.
You know, I would have loved to have seen the expression on the mole's face when he realized he only had half the microfilm.
My guess is they're going to be after the other half very shortly.
That trail's going to lead to you. You're going to be the next target.
How can it? And even you and Valentine didn't know.
I don't know. But the DVX doesn't miss much.
Yes, well, Valentine will be here to collect his microdot. At the moment, it's quite safe. Unless, of course, someone rips off my cufflinks.
You know, I gotta hand it to you, Robbie. That's very smooth. Very, very smooth.
Not smooth enough, unfortunately, to have saved Gerald.
Yeah, well, that's just as much my fault as it is yours.
Small consolation. How the hell could they gotten in here?
They didn't.
You sure?
I'm absolutely positive. I checked this place out myself. They didn't trip it, they didn't tamper it, they didn't even touch it.
So Gerald had to let them in.
There's no other way.
It had to be someone he knew.
Mm-hmm. And somebody he trusted.
Well, there's only one person that fits that bill. Grant Putnam.
Thanks.
Well, Commissioner,
Rebbe.
what brings you to the hospital?
I was in the neighborhood. Thought I'd call in and talk to Dr. Putnam.
Well, I'll leave you be.
May I?
Of course, Robert. Please come in. Have a seat. How's Holly?
Oh, she's fine.
Good.
This, isn't social call.
Oh? Wait, is something wrong?
I've got some bad news for you. Dr. Gerald is dead.
What?
Found him this morning.
No. was he?
He was on his lab floor. He'd been shot.
Oh. Well, who would want to do that? He didn't have an enemy in the world.
Just himself.
What does that mean?
It would appear that it's suicide.
Dr. Gerald? No, Robert, no, never. Never. Why?
That's what we want to know.
No, there must be some mistake.
Look, Grant, I know how upset you are. But I have a few questions. This is a shock for us, too.
No, it's not a shock. It's impossible. He wouldn't do that, no matter how bad things were going.
Was he having a hard time?
No. No more so than usual, anyway.
When did you last see him?
I spoke with him on the phone yesterday. No, it was the day before.
You sound upset.
No, not really. He just tired. He complained about how hard he'd been working. Actually, I guess he did sound a little bit down.
Why?
I don't know. He didn't say. I just assumed it was because he'd been working too hard and his project wasn't going well.
Was he upset?
I suppose so, yes. I didn't think much of it at the time, but I remember I worried about him later that day.
Any particular reason?
He seemed so remote. He was very distant. You know, Robert, Professor Gerald and I are so... We were so close. I didn't understand it.
Grant, listen. Did he say anything? Any comment that may have led us to this apparent suicide? Anything which may have been innocent at the time now takes on a whole new meaning.
Yes, I was just thinking that. Oh, if I'd only known then what I know now, I might have been able to help him. Looking back, his whole conversation seemed so filled with despair. Oh, God, how could I have been so insensitive to the man? I thought he was just frustrated about his project.
Can't blame yourself.
I was his friend. I should have recognized it. I should have known something was wrong.
So you believe that Dr. Gerald could have committed suicide?
No, I don't believe that. Never. But he was under a great deal of pressure. He was terribly worried about something.
Any idea what?
None. He was such a vital man. He was so full of life. I can't imagine anybody less likely to commit suicide. Could the world have seemed so hopeless to him that... Oh, no.
What?
Robert, that's why he was changing his will. He was preparing to leave us, and we didn't even realize it. He knew then that he was going to... kill himself. He even asked us to name our first child after him. Okay.
I'll leave you now. Is there anything I can get you? Yeah. Understand one thing, Grant. I'm gonna find out why this happened.
You'll let me know.
Of course. However, I'll need your help to probably put some of these pieces together.
Robert, I'll do anything I can.
Knew you would. Listen, in the meantime, get a bit of rest. You look worn out. I'll be talking to you soon.